And, Scottish nationalists will say, well, Alistair, if you Scottish Unionists realise how awful the Conservative Party has been of late, then, why don't you become a Scottish nationalist? Because everything in the garden's going to be rosy once we have our Scottish nationalist independent sovereign state. Now that's not correct, okay? Now I know that there are some people who will vote for independence because they simply see the government as being incompetent, the British government as being incompetent. And I realised this. Back in 1997, I met a Scottish nationalist who was extremely impassioned, and I asked him what made him become a Scottish nationalist. And he said, he goes that he was so outraged that back in 1965, when the British government cancelled the TSR-2 fighter programme, and he was talking to me at great length about what a great fighter the TSR-2 fighter jet was, Mach speeds, payloads, manoeuvrability, the whole thing. And he was like, the TSR-2 is the bee's knees as far as fighter jets are concerned. But because of typical British government incompetence, the whole thing came to an end, and the programme had to get cancelled. And that made him so enraged that he goes, right, I'm becoming a Scottish nationalist as a consequence of that. Now, I haven't met that guy since, and I don't know, and that was in 1997. And the TSR-2 programme was cancelled in 1965. So for 32 years, that had been bugging him so much. And it had not been enough to, intervening circumstances had not been enough to change his mind that you'd get a better competent government, especially as far as fighter jet creation is concerned, under the SNP. Well, as we know, under the SNP, you can't even get a ferry built, let alone try to assemble an aircraft